Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are reacting to Fatai.
Woo.
We have listened to a lot of Fatai.
She's amazing.
She's unreal.
And we're going to be completely honest, we've heard this already. So this isn't a blind reaction. Disclaimer is out.
I haven't heard it for years, so I don't really even remember, but I do I follow her on Instagram and stuff like that. And so I just see her constantly being just an amazing musician all around. And so I think she's amazing.
So excited. So she is a singer from New Zealand. I should Google it. Is she Samoan or Tongan? And Tongan. Okay, so my grandfather is Samoan. I am from Colorado. And she is Tongan, which is a similar Polynesian. But she is flippin-tastic at singing. Yeah. She is a guitar player. She's a piano player. She is a musician to the core. Yeah. And we just absolutely love her singing. So today we're going to react to her cover of Chandelier by Sia, and it is bomb. Let's get started. Oh, I want blue hair.
Party girls don't get hurt, can't feel anything. When will I learn? Yes, I push it down, I push it down.
She does indie girl vowels.
Yes. So that's exactly what
she does indie girl vowels.
Down.
It's like really dark.
Down.
Party girls don't get hurt. Yeah.
It's like a intentional kind of raspiness to it.
But it's also, I think it creates this like dark kind of like drowny sound. Is that the right word? No.
I think say dark. I think
dark.
It's
like a dark sound. It's definitely a sound that people want to achieve. I normally hate this sound, but for some reason she don't bug me. She don't bug me.
I also have covered it. If you care at all about guitars, that's super cool. I think it might be Keith Urban actually who goes through the same maker, because that's like a custom made fancy guitar.
Well, there you go.
And they are nice and they sound so good.
So right now, I mean, obviously she's just kind of like soft spoken right here, but she's definitely in her head voice, don't you think? Party girls. No, I'm wrong.
I would say no.
No, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong.
I'm the one for the good time, girlfriends blowing up, ringing my doorbell. I feel the love, I feel the love. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Going back till I lose count and
no breath. She just goes, I like that.
Gonna swing.
I have to pause. How hard is it to do all of those things at the same time, right?
It's too hard. That's why nobody really does it. It's not true. A lot of people do it.
Gosh. But one thing that I really notice is like the musicality.
Yeah.
Right? She's always going somewhere with the phrase. A phrase is like everything you do in a single breath. And she's always like growing a little bit or coming down
There's
a little bit.
There's a lot of dynamics.
A lot of dynamics. And it's constant motion. She's either getting louder or she's getting softer. She's never staying at one spot.
There's nothing too complicated right now about her technique, at least that I hear. Yeah. Just really beautiful singing.
From the chandelier.
Look at that range. She's a low.
From the chandelier.
Did you hear how she changed that vowel? Because she went up. Because it closed as it went up. And so that's because the resonance for where the vowel works is different where she's singing. You know what I mean? So she went, I. So she changed the vowel. Yeah. And I don't know that she's super intentional about it. She just knows her voice so well.
It naturally.
Exactly.
Yeah, probably. Well, hold up.
Yeah.
Because one thing I noticed was it was kind of a little further back. Like,
it was a little bit further back.
But it's all intent. I mean, it's what you're going for. So, so on this channel, we kind of teach that this is how you do it, right? But I think we try at least to always say that our voices are our instruments.
Yeah.
If you want to use your instrument in a certain way, good,
That's
great,
it. Yeah.
wonderful. Do it. Use your instrument, but know what you're doing, how you're doing it, why
Absolutely.
you're doing it, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's what she's going for sure.
For sure.
But it's definitely a. All right, let me try that better. She flips up, and all of a sudden it gets a little bit clearer.
For
right?
sure. Yeah, and I think that's also to show a little bit of how vowels work too,
Sure.
don't you think?
So let's hear that.
listen.
Yeah, let's hear that spot, and it goes from a throaty to a lot clearer.
Yeah.
It
It almost it's like instantaneous. Let's
Yeah.
listen one more time. Sorry.
from the chandelier.
A little further back.
Clear.
Now she's clear.
voice.
Head voice.
Belt.
But this is very
That
much
was a mask. That was a mask. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like tomorrow
yeah.
doesn't exist.
So
right?
she does this thing where it's like that yodel that we talk about sometimes. Let's just listen real quick. Oh, sorry. Gonna live like it's heavy there, like, and that's what's so beautiful about her voice. You know what I'm saying? So she goes from this head voice,
Like tomorrow
Yeah.
doesn't. It was flipped, and then it goes back
and then it goes
into the
back
chest.
into that. Yeah. And I think that's that cry
Super
that
good.
people love. That's
Sure.
what I love. Oh, I love it.
Tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist in earth,
Look at her mouth right there.
like it doesn't exist.
Ooh. Cyst. It is vowel. It's all about vowel.
all
If
vowel.
you've been around the channel at all, we talk about air
Vowels.
and vowel. Like
That's all singing
it's
is.
kind of everything.
Yeah.
So, she's way up there, and it sounds so clear, and it's going to be so much easier
Yeah.
if you try it to have that clear east
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so good.
E vowel.
Exist,
E. It's not
like
this.
it doesn't exist in earth. Gonna fly like a bird through the night. Feel my tears as they dry.
So that's head voice.
Ugh.
Gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. But I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. 'Cause I'm just holding on for tonight.
It almost sounds like a joke. 'Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. But it's such a efficient vowel, I
Yeah.
think. I think it almost sounds like it's like kind of like overdoing it.
Sure.
'Cause I'm just holding on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
I think though that the way she commits to that vowel and the way that the way that she does it, it works.
Well, I think it's so in the beginning she was kind of that swallowed, and this is in I think a meaty part
Yeah.
of her voice, and so she's going for that, kind of jam.
For sure.
It's not super high or super low.
Yeah.
It's right there in the middle of her
not
voice.
floating.
Not
Yeah.
floaty.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a raspy,
For sure.
make you want to headbang a little bit.
Yeah. It's cool because I know what's getting ready to happen and it's fun to watch her.
I don't remember this at all, so
She
this
goes-
is blind for me.
I feel like the way she sings is whoa.
Well,
She just goes
she
down
uses
and up
her
all the way. Yeah.
entire range the entire time.
And it's just really nice.
Till morning light.
I rewound it.
'Cause I'm just
See what I mean?
holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life.
So she kind of flipped. Did you hear that? Yeah, and she started to kind of bring in that belt a little bit, that chest.
Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. I won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until midnight. I'm just holding on for tonight. Sun is up and out my face. Gotta get out, gotta burn from there.
Do you hear her going from the head voice to that little thing.
Oh, yeah.
Sun is up. Da-da-da. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She does that. She go
Constantly moving.
da-da-da-da-da-da. And you know how hard that is to do and keep your intonation?
Yeah.
Like, so you are going from super floaty where it's really easy to stay in tune. I mean,
Yeah,
mostly
absolutely.
to then having to jump down and then kind
To
of
the
bring
upper body of chest voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. That's hard.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
Yes, here comes the shame, here comes the shame.
And all at the same time that she's just wrecking it
The
on
guitar.
the guitar.
Yeah,
Just ripping it on
Yeah.
the guitar. It just makes me furious.
Then she has vocal runs like...
I can't play the guitar like that if I was only playing the guitar. Right. And it's not like I'm not trying to say I'm a great guitar player or anything, but like
still.
my entire focus, I practice a lot of guitar.
Yeah.
My entire focus on the guitar, I still wouldn't have the same feel as that. I wouldn't have the same, flavor of that. And just, it's just so tasteful.
She's a musician, a master musician.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Throwing back till I lose count and I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. Gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist.
Exist. Most people would sing exist. It's an E.
It's an E.
It's an E vowel. And this is when we talk about vowels all the time and how singing is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Even when you're singing in English, if that's your native language.
Yeah.
It's an E vowel. It's not
an E.
doesn't exist.
It's not.
Doesn't exist. It's
Yeah.
so much easier.
And it just
Easier.
sounds, it sounds right. It still sounds
Yeah.
right. Ooh, she's flipping all over the place.
Gonna fly like a bird through the night.
This is all nose.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even do it. So here's the thing too. Her range, what this means is that that's high for her. And for me, that's like right where my voice is. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like where my resonance is. My
Yeah.
voice is different than hers. Hers is a little lower. And so she is like, just like floating in her nose.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I'm gonna fly. Yeah, it's all right there.
Like a bird through the night. Yeah, she's just kind
Absolutely.
of, yeah, it's interesting.
Through my tears as they dry. Gonna swing from the chandelier.
It's like a yodel.
From the chandelier. I'm holding on for tonight. Holding on for tonight. Yeah, I'm holding on for tonight. On for tonight. On for tonight. I'm
So something I do hear is I hear like, we talked about that indie girl thing at the beginning. I'm holding on for tonight. She's letting air escape. Don't you think it's a little bit
But I also think at the same time,
kind of...
it's very much stopping the air. When you're doing like these kinds of scatting, basically, that's adding to the texture.
I feel like she is not fully phonating at this point. That's
Yeah.
the only thing that I think I noticed.
Phonating is where your vocal folds come together and they buzz like this. And so when she said they're not phonating, it's when they're not fully coming together. And that's not necessarily healthy.
Yes, and that's the only reason why I ever even bring that up is because I have no problem with the sound, but what that sound tells me is what is happening. Does that make sense?
It tires out your voice a lot faster.
Absolutely, yeah. It is not efficient.
Yeah.
holding on for tonight. I'm holding on for tonight.
What a jam.
What a jam.
What a jam.
Yeah, I really like her. I
Yeah.
don't remember her, vowels kind of. I remember
Being
her
that,
doing
yeah.
all those runs and stuff.
Well, I think it was also before like indie girl was a thing. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it was like
Maybe.
starting
When was this?
this video was in 2014.
Wow.
Which
That's
is nuts.
7 years ago.
And so like these girls are here like I always say Halsey. So who else though? Like Billie Eilish and
I feel like Billie Eilish is different.
You do?
I don't know. Maybe
She is a different
maybe I'm
thing. No,
making
you're
it up.
right.
But I feel like
so Grace Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, she is like the best example I can think of for that indie girl sound where to me it feels like she's letting air escape and she's kind of overcompensating with that
pinching.
and like intentionally energizing and under supporting her sound, which like we have said in the past could lead to vocal damage because her vocal folds are not phonating and that just could hurt her long term.
Yeah.
No hate against her voice or anything like that. That's what hearing her voice tells me. And so it's interesting to hear this because she was kind of ahead of her time, or it was right at the time. I don't even really know. But those vowels, I don't know. Vowels aren't, there's nothing unhealthy about vowel choice.
Vowels, it's just mostly how she's doing it. It's a little further back in the throat. It's a little bit like, especially toward the end, she was kind of stopping it.
For sure.
Having those kind of stuttery little phrases there.
Yep.
And, it's, like we said, it's your instrument.
For sure.
Use it the way you want to use it. But for us, our goals are to sing forever and try to avoid any kind of vocal issues that we can prevent.
And what we're learning too is it doesn't matter if somebody thinks it sounds good, if many people think it sounds good, it still sounds good. So it doesn't change the way things sound. The thing that we want to encourage is like longevity of singing and longevity of vocal health and all of those things.
Yeah.
So that's all. Well, we hope that you guys liked that video. And if you did, please leave us a like and a comment below. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified next time we make a video just like this. We are Chase and Melia, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.